Annyeonghaseyo.
I'm Demarchlier.
I'm Arielle.
And we're
So due for two.
And this is our pug because she can't deal with us not paying attention to her, so she needs to be on our lap.
Yes.
Okay, so the next review we're going to be doing is Love, Marriage, or I've seen Love and Marriage, but it makes sense as Love, Marriage, so again, weird names. Okay, so
this one has also a bunch of other names that have to do with like matchmaking, so definitely just look forward to Love, Marriage. Okay, so the characters in this one. So the main female lead, so we have Kim Min-hee plays Lee Kang-hun, Kim Ji-hoon plays Park Hun-so, Yoon Se-ah plays Yoon Ka-young, and Park Ki-wong plays Yin Kan-wong.
Okay, so getting into this one right away. Now, this is I feel for me a first in a lot of genres. It's definitely like the one that we've watched the most about. Talks about divorce.
Yeah.
Other than Oh My Lady, which deals with divorce, and a couple of other ones like sprinkled throughout with divorce topics. This is definitely the one where divorce is really talked about.
And also like matchmaking. Like so, we've seen like people going on matchmaking or blind dates like on a lot of shows. It's really common, but we've never really seen like a matchmaking show like about a matchmaking agency. So this is something a little bit different. So the characters in this one, so Ji-hoon plays Hyun-so, and he was also in Stars Falling from the Sky, which, as you know from other reviews, we really love.
A lawyer.
And again, a lawyer. I mean, so this would be my only complaint about him. He's basically the exact same character that he plays Stars Falling from the Sky, and this one was in 2008, so 2 years before Stars Falling from the Sky.
And he looks exactly the same.
Looks exactly the same. I mean, he looks great in a suit. We love him as a lawyer, but I feel like we could see him in a couple more things, so we're going to have to watch out for more movies from him. And then Park Ki-wong, who's right now, he was in the musical, and he plays the ex-boyfriend. And so we were saying we wanted to see him something else, so we just watched this one. And I feel like he's such a funny character in this one.
I like him a lot.
Yeah.
He's like pouty in this one a lot, which I think was cute and fun to watch.
Because in the musical, he's so serious. And this one, he's like, his acting is really good in this one, I think, because he's really funny. Yeah. Okay, so move on to chemistry, Marge.
So I think that the chemistry in this one is excellent. She's like a really quirky, sort of. I like her hair. Like she's kind of crazy, scatterbrained, but like really determined. And I think that the chemistry of this starts out as like sort of a hatred, or like just on her side because he's sort of ambivalent. Yeah. And then she starts to like, oh, I'm happy-go-lucky. I start to like you, and it sort of builds from there. Yeah. And then it gets to like steamy because this is one where I was talking about this for first. I mean, this is I feel like the most kisses I watched in a
drama. Yeah, I mean we have our little list of how many kisses. And this one has way more than like any other drama.
Like a ton, and and very
maybe not more than like I Need Romance. If you've seen that one, that one's a lot. But this one, it's one of the more we've seen. And also, this story a little bit reminds me of like The Wedding Planner. If you've ever seen that movie, it's an American movie, because it's just sort of this like how like many troubles like someone that deals with love every day like can't find love for herself.
And since he's a divorce lawyer and she's a matchmaker, they're seeing like that spectrum, of like love and hate and what's sort of going on there. And I mean, the second male lead to this does add a lot to it because he's the long-time boyfriend. He's the one who knows her for years, knows all of her little details. And I think that that's sort of like showing like it's in a divorced relationship or a relationship where you have a past love, they know a lot about you. Yeah. Does that mean that they're better than the person, the new person? And it asks a lot of interesting questions, I think. It's a
little more mature because the way it's looking at like marriage and dating and all of that. So love triangle. So we just said that it's really complex. I mean, I think it's a great love triangle because you sort of see like how she, it makes sense that the other people, the exes in their lives, like they might want to go back to them because it's comfortable, they know them, they have responsibilities towards them.
I think that goes into misunderstandings. Yeah. A lot of the misunderstandings are do you still have feelings for the other person? Other people seem to think that like, oh, they look good together and not you, and
it's very honest the way that that's approaching like exes in real life.
Mistaken identity definitely because she has to pretend to be divorced in order to work at the divorce matchmaking place, and this really shows you a lot of the cultural issues too of being divorced and sort of like the stigma associated with it in Korea that you don't really have. I mean, we definitely have a little bit of that here, but not I don't think to the same extent.
Well, it's interesting because like he wouldn't date her or like really be interested in her if he didn't think she was divorced. So it's sort of like something we wouldn't here we wouldn't really think about that because someone being divorced wouldn't make a big difference. So it's definitely something interesting going on there. Okay, so piggyback ride. I don't remember. Do you remember Piggyback Ride?
No, not as much.
Not particularly. But the kisses, obviously, as we said, they're great kisses in this one.
And Bad Guy turned good in this one. I mean, I think that he just goes misunderstood. He's sort of like grumpy, and and he has a lot of family issues. So I think those family issues have just kept him from being able to really like open himself up to other people.
So he's very similar to the character he plays in Stars Falling from the Sky, which is adorable. But because we liked him in that movie, but I would like to see him in that drama. But I'd like to see him playing a slightly different role. Okay, so fashion.
Yeah, so he has great like suits and everything like that, and then she's really interesting because she's really, really, really skinny, and so her clothing is always really interesting.
Yeah,
like stuff that a lot of people will pull off, like jumpsuits and just sort of interesting, really long skirts, or just like really old fashioned looking, but still looks young because she's tiny.
She has some great hats.
Really interesting clothing in this one.
It's a little bit older, so I mean it's not that much older, 4 years ago, but it just feels like some of the things feel a little bit dated, but they're still really cute. Music, I don't remember it being any important in music. So ratings?
Ratings. Okay, so I really like this one for sort of the growth of the story. I think I'm going to rate this one an 8 because I think that though I liked a lot of the characters, I definitely enjoyed the kissing. I just think that some, maybe for me it falls flat in a couple areas. I feel like I've seen it before, but for the parts that are unique in it, it's worth watching.
I'm going to give it 8.5. I'll give it a little bit more because I think it's like a really interesting and sort of honest about like approaching exes and all of that. So I think that's really good because a lot of these, they seem so cookie cutter, but this one just feels a little bit different. So I'll give it that. Plus I love Ji-hoon and Ki-wong, so I'm very happy about that. And Ki-wong's also coming out in Full House too.
Yay!
So we're going to watch that.
We're excited.
Okay, thanks guys. Bye.